Hi, it's Elle here, and today I am going to be discussing my interview results with Yury Lirs, who is a homeopath. And basically, Yury had asked me for a healing session through the Solipsi Rai, which are gray ETs, positive ETs. They come from the Cygnus star system. So basically, I had worked with the Solipsi Rai several years ago. I had asked them for help to remove my Neuralink implants, which they helped me with. What they do is provide you with healing symbols, and the energy of those symbols is what does the healing. For me, they provided the instructions, and I drew the symbols that they gave me. And also they provided me with images of the Neuralink implants that I had in my brain from being in the cybernetics labs working there on Mars bases, making human cyborgs. So those Neuralink implants allowed me to do different downloads of information, to get the downloads for medical information to work in those labs, in the secret space programs. So that's what my Neuralink implants were. That's what they allowed me to do. That's why I had it in my brain. So in 2017, I had worked with the Solipsi Rai to get those Neuralink implants removed. And I had my own attuning symbols that they had given me to do that, which looked kind of like antennas. Those were basically instructions for the removal of the Neuralink implants. And I followed it and I did it. And so that's how I first came into contact with the Solipsi Rai. And then now in 2020, Yury contacted me. I had done a healing session for him on my own with channeling universal energies from Source Creator, from the universe, whatever you like to call it. But he wanted a second healing session. So he asked me if I knew any good ETs, positive ETs, that he could get healing through. So I mentioned the Solipsi Rai and what they did for me to remove the Neuralink implants. So he agreed for the energy healing session through the Solipsi Rai. And when I worked with the Solipsi Rai this time to do the healing for Yury through them, again, they gave me the symbols of what looked to be Yury's liver, kidneys, stomach, intestines, spleen. And basically, I did an attunement with the symbols to connect the Solipsi Rai to Yury and me to the symbols in the Solipsi Rai. So this time I worked with 20 Solipsi Rai individuals, and they're on their own planet in the Cygnus star system. It's a collective of 20 healing council members. They have their particular healing council. So I worked with them by attuning the symbols to have their energy come forward in the symbols. And I'm attuned to the symbols as well, and Yury is attuned to them through the energetic healing. And that's how the healing was done. The Solipsi Rai work with positive beings, humans, whoever asks for their help. They're healers, they're energy healers. So if you ask for their help, you must be of positive polarity. Yury is a very positive person. I'm a positive person. So the Solipsi Rai agreed to work with us for the purposes of healing Yury energetically, to focus on the organs and some of the emotional stuff as well. So that's what the healing was for. It was a 1-hour healing. Yury can feel some of the healing. He said he felt some of it, some of the energy. Usually he doesn't feel energetics, but he did feel some of it, that it was comforting, healing energy that was coming towards him. during the whole healing process. And I felt the minds of the 20 Solipsi Rai healers connect with me telepathically and attune to the symbols to heal Yury. So that's what was mentioned in the interview. And that also telepathically through the Celipsi Rai, I saw some things, images that they were sending, that there was this meadow and mountains, a lot of sunshine, kind of somewhere that they had, that's what they sent Yury. Also, the smell of lilacs came through, the flower. Some other things about relatives came through for him, information. We discussed that, and basically they did the healing of the organs for him and energetically attune his galactic DNA as well, and frequency of all his chakras and aura system itself. They attuned that as well and healed that. So those were a lot of the things that I worked on through the Solipsi Rai. And what they looked like to me was 4.5 feet grays with sort of cream colored skin as well, gray cream. So that's what they physically look like. They're very much organic, and they're positive gray ETs that help other beings and planets for the purposes of healing. And they also give wisdom advice and stuff like that. So that's what the Solipsi Rai do. And I'm going to share the Solipsi Rai symbol here, what they sent me. So they've told me this is what their frequency looks like. The middle triangle, the stars in the triangle, and the vortex of energy around it. That's what their main frequency symbol looks like as their civilization. The Solipsi Rai is the civilization itself of the Greys on their planet in the Cygnus star system. And the swirls of energy around it is also their healing frequency, basically. So this is the contact calling card for the Solipsi Rai. This triangle here in the middle with the shifting frequency vibration. That's what they presented to me of how you contact them telepathically. That's what represents their civilization. So that's what I discussed with Yury and showed Yury yesterday in our interview. So that was the symbol for contacting the Solipsi Rai, and I talked with them always telepathically. So it's telepathic communication when I asked to speak with them or for their help. So I got to work with 20 Greys, 20 healing council of Greys, and they have other healing councils on their planet. It's not just that 20. There's others, but I connected with 20 of them. That's what was needed for this healing. So last time I worked with 2 of the Celeb Rai Greys for the Neuralink implant removal. I don't know why the last time was 2, this time was 20. I guess it depends on what kind of healing is needed and for what. It's very important to understand that different healing requires different numbers of the Solipsi Rai to join in, I guess. So, and it's energy work. This time I was working with somebody else to energetically heal somebody else, not just myself. So I think that's why there was 20 of them this time. And energy healing is pretty much what it is. You heal with energy. So I felt like I got a boost of energy for healing when I worked through the Solipsi Rai. When I worked on my own with the energy healing for Yury, that was powerful, but it was more powerful when they came in because they were assisting me to heal Yury. So basically, what I got out of this, the takeaway, is that healing is a beautiful thing. when you work as a healer, as an energy healer, and you move energy, and you see things. You see things when you scan the human body. I can see things if there's blockages somewhere in the organs, if there's disease, something genetically going on. I can see that on like a human scanner. But when the Solipsi Rai joined it, they could see even more by having a telepathic connection with me. So the healing, in essence, was more itself when I worked with them to heal Yury. Everything, all my psychic abilities were amplified quite a bit more than usual. I'm a powerful healer on my own, but when I work with others, with ET councils, it's humbling, really. It's a humbling experience when you are connected to such beings, such energy, and what they're capable of doing. And like I discussed with Yury in the interview, I don't promise to cure somebody or to like totally remove something, because I cannot make that promise. I can't make that guarantee. I just can't. So I don't do that. I'm a good healer. I can remove pain. I can remove emotional trauma, physical pain, but I don't make promises that I can cure cancer or some rare diseases or something. I can look into your DNA. I can look into what's going on physically in your body and tell you what it is and provide an energy healing. But I can't make any promises for a cure. That's not how my energy healing works. Some beings, some ETs can cure diseases, emotional trauma, physical stuff. Secret space programs can do it with the holographic medical pods. But I, as a healer, I'm in an earth body, so I can do a lot of healing and relieve pain and suffering and so on. But I can't promise an instant cure. So, and most healers are also like that. I'm not playing at being God here. I'm not doing that. I'm doing energy healing. That's the kind of work that I do. I also discussed with Yury his homeopathic practice and what he does for his clients with healing. And we discussed that there's the body corridor, which is called the Meridian imaging. And that basically measures all the meridians in your body and can tell you what's out of alignment or what disorder you might have. Like your liver might be damaged, your kidneys, you might need liver detox as a therapeutic method. Like, so that's what homeopathy can do. It could do liver detox. It could do kidney detox. There's rescue remedies. Vitamin B12 complex. So those are things that can be done through homeopathic preparations. And the Meridian imaging device connected to a computer actually measures your meridians and can tell you if there's something going on with your liver, with your heart, with your kidneys, if there's something out of balance that blood tests can't even pick up on. This device can. My dad is an electrical engineer, and he had made one of these devices for somebody who he worked with a homeopath that I still go to for my homeopathic remedies. And they had called it the reflex server at the time. And I got to try out this device and see all my meridians, and my liver and kidneys had been out of balance. So I took liver and kidney detox. Also I took tissue salts, and vitamin B12 was low. So that's what I saw through the reflex server. And it's like you get a printout of what's going on with your body internally, your organs. And in the printout it said, well, I need this, this, and that to improve my liver and my kidney function, which was a liver / kidney detox homeopathic remedy. So that's what I was taking, and vitamin B12 was also low. So I took a vitamin B12 complex supplement. The homeopath makes the remedies himself in his own lab and clinic in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. So I go to him still for supplements, homeopathic remedy supplements. So that's something that Yury and I discussed. Yury actually orders the homeopathic remedies from different pharmacies, homeopathic pharmacies. He lives in Latvia. So he doesn't make the homeopathic remedies himself. He orders it from the pharmacy or on the internet. But he does have the Meridian imaging device, which includes a computer and the device itself with the electrodes, which when you put on your meridian points on your hands throughout your body, it measures the electrical signal. And then there's software that shows on the computer screen what's out of balance in the organs. So that's what that Meridian imaging device does. And I'm going to show you an image of it so you can see what that is like. So basically, what I have here is called the Accugraph device. It's digital meridian imaging. So there's the software aspect of it, there's the computer, there's the device itself, and the electrodes that come with it. And it literally measures the meridians in your body. And it shows you what the imbalances are in the system of the body. So that's what I wanted to share with you here today and kind of discuss the interview process that I had with Yury Lirs about his experience with the energy healing through the Solipsi Rai and his homeopathic practice with the Meridian imaging device, and what I know of homeopathy as well, because I had worked as a secretary for my dad, the electrical engineer, and the homeopath. So I got to basically transcribe their whole website from Russian into English and learn about the reflex server device and test it out firsthand and see how that worked. So I'm quite familiar with what it is to see a homeopathic practice behind the scenes, how that works, work with homeopathic remedies, because I'm taking them myself, and what it means to work with a naturopath as well. So I was quite comfortable interviewing Yury Lirs, discussing the energy healing process with him, and also what he does in his homeopathic practice. And he explained that what can happen is sometimes when somebody gets sick with a virus or something, you can take part of their skin, urine sample, whatever, and you can mix a homeopathic remedy that's perfectly suited for their body to revitalize their whole system, autoimmune system, whatever is out of balance, and they become healthy. And also you can tell if there's something going on with the body by looking at the irises of the eyes. If there's discoloration in the eyes, the skin, the nails as well, that also shows what's going on with the body and what needs to be healed with homeopathic remedies. So Yury has a magnifying glass, so when he looks at people's eyes, he can see by that if there's discoloration in the eyes, the skin, the nails. Basically, he can figure out what's going on with the body and what's out of alignment, out of tune. That's part of homeopathic treatment plan as well, to testing process to see what's going on. So that was very interesting to find out about that and to have that discussion with Yury. So that's basically what our interview was about. We also discussed chemtrails a little bit, how the nanoparticles from the chemtrails go into the food, into the water in the food, and how that impacts that there's different aluminum, lead, that goes into the food source and water on our planet. So that has changed some of our food sources and stuff. And also how there's MSG and GMO in foods, that foods are processed these days. And so that basically Yury eats organic food. He's a vegetarian. I also eat organic food, but I'm not a vegetarian. So that's some of the other things that we discussed, and that it's really important to drink filtered water that doesn't have chloride or fluoride in it. It's important to boil the water, and it's important to, when you're handling food, to make sure it's washed and cooked as well. And if you can, to eat organic, because that's just healthier for your body overall. So those were some of the things that we had discussed in our interview. So that interview was in Russian, so I'm kind of giving a rough translation of what we discussed in English now as a follow-up to that. So thank you very much, and namaste.